Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
When drunkenness meets intellectualness meets bro science, you get Bro Soup Time. This is Dean and the Boys.
What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a fucking awesome week. We have a full house here today. This is Dean and the Boys, brought to you by Bro Soup Time. I am Dean Mercer. To my left is the beautiful Ryan Manheath.
Hello, hello.
Let's go. We have Triple C.
Glad to be back.
Big Black Bronson.
What up?
Mr. Slut.
What's up, what's up?
And Big Bad Bab. We're also joined by producer Lauren.
Hello.
There she is.
Double hello.
How is everyone doing?
Good.
How was our weekend, guys?
A lot of things happened this weekend.
Fun.
Rough one.
We just patched it all together, though. It's like a puzzle piece of crime clues.
Yeah, we definitely did. For those of you watching, we have some moonshine here.
Some leftover moonshine from the weekend, apple pie flavored.
I mean, if we can just pass that around the table and we can all take a little sip.
And it actually take you back so you can start remembering things.
Yep.
Yeah, now I'm starting. It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
Uncle Kenny's moonshine.
Yeah, shout out to Uncle Kenny for putting on a show.
That
This
shit
weekend.
is dangerous.
I'm glad you got the name right, though.
It doesn't even taste like alcohol.
It tastes like you're drinking applesauce, I guess.
I
You're gonna
don't
say
even
it's
know what
Saturday.
to describe it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, well,
How are you, Lauren?
that's his after midnight name.
Oh, okay.
You talking about Uncle Bad Touch?
Uncle Bad Touch. How did he get that nickname?
I just started calling him that. I don't know.
But before we get started, we want to remind you guys, if you're going to shop at Amazon, first go to brosouptime.com, click on the microphone in the top right-hand corner. That takes you to Amazon. Use that just like you normally would. They kick a little bit back to the show. Doesn't cost you anything extra. Also, get yourself some Bro Soup Time swag. You can just go to brosouptime.com/shop. Get yourself a dope shirt. Be sure to check us out on all our social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Bro Soup Time. And now, how was the fucking weekend? She's already hiccuping. Lauren's already hiccuping. She's at
How many swigs of the moonshine did it take for the hiccups to start?
two and a Boston cream roll, and that gets her going.
I need to stock up for the weekend.
I know that's right. So, what'd we all do?
I'm still hurting a little bit.
I had my basketball championship.
You had a basketball championship?
Yeah.
How'd you guys do?
It was playoffs, so we won our first game, and then we lost our second. I fouled out, and I'm pretty sure I'm suspended from KC crew.
What'd you do?
He's a bull in a china closet. I know he is.
Well, the team we were playing in the championship game was we got whooped by pretty good, like a couple weeks earlier, and
Was Jason a sore loser?
no,
what
I'm
we're
just
hearing?
competitive, and then I'm bigger than most of the people that I play against.
No way.
You're running point.
So
You running point guard?
I get fucking beat the fuck up, dude. Like, I was taking elbows to the back of the fucking head. Like, I split my lip open. Like, I was getting beat the fuck up, and I get a lot of shitty calls called against me. But it was like a blatant foul for me. Like, they never call it. And I'm pretty
calling games like
even
your
keeled, like throughout the whole game. But by this point, it was like end of regulation. We were up 3. And they fucking scored on like a last second 3-pointer to send it into overtime. And there's this kid on the other team who was just pissing me off. Like, he wasn't very good, but he was the one that talks the most, you know what I mean? And he was guarding me. And so we foul one of their players. He makes his free throws. And then I go to get the ball to inbound it. And he's like walking in front of me, preventing me from fucking getting the ball, right? And he's yelling. It's like in my face.
Yelling at you.
Just yelling in general, trying to, bait me into fouling him, right? And by that point, I'd had it fucking enough. So I shoved the shit out of him, and the ref called a foul on me. And, I yelled at the ref, and I was like, you see, he's fucking, it's delay a game foul right there. Like, he's intentionally doing that to fucking run the clock down. And then he called a tech on me. So I had 3 fouls. I had 3 fouls, and then I fouled out within 10 seconds. Damn. And I lost my fucking shit. I started cussing at the fucking ref. I was like, man, fuck you, man. You saw what that motherfucker was doing? Like, fuck you. Like, I'm yelling
slap
at the
him?
gym. Huh?
Did you slap him?
I was walking out. Like,
That deserved a good open
You should have
slap.
a bitch slap for a bitch. That's what you should have done. Just open-handed.
So are you ever welcome back?
I don't know. So what happened was, like, I fouled out,
scene.
watched the rest of the game. You know, my teammates are also pissed because they also hated that player too. And so I'm sitting there, you know, taking my shoes off, and this dude in a green Casey Crew shirt. I've never seen this guy before in my life. Okay, he comes up to me, and he's like, "Jason, like, what the hell, man? Like, if you hadn't lost like that, like, you probably wouldn't have cost your team the game."
Oh, fuck
and
you,
I was
dude.
just like, who the fuck is this dude? You know what I mean? Like, that is the wrong thing to say to a player after, like, two hard fought basketball games that we won the first one, lost the second one. And then you're going to come up to me and tell me that I cost my team the game.
Yeah, fuck
and so,
you,
because I was yelling at the ref, cussing and shit, and then he was just like, you need to calm down, man. You can't be, like, cussing and shit and yelling like that in the gym because you look like you're ready to fight somebody. Like, I was calm.
Did you tell him that you were?
And at that point, I had talked to the ref that I fucking cussed at, you know what I mean? I apologized to him, you know, I was just in the heat of the moment, and I was pissed off. And so, like, we handled it, you know what I mean? Everything was good until this dude comes over and just starts saying this shit to me, right? And I'm fucking, like, sitting there trying to be calm with him. I'm like, listen, man, I talked to the ref already. Like, I apologized for yelling at him, telling him to fuck off and shit. Like, it's all good, man. And he's just like, yeah, I know, but you're just so big, and, like, the way you're acting looks like you're ready to fight somebody.
Because you're scared, I should not be punished because you're a scared little bitch.
And I was just like, I wasn't about to fight anybody. Like, I was walking out of the gym to the locker room at this point, you know what I mean, when I fouled out. Like, I wasn't about to fucking fight anybody.
Let's go.
And he kept on just, like, fucking prodding me, dude. Ends up being the commissioner of the Casey Crew.
Oh, shit,
league.
the commish?
Yeah, it was at that game.
You don't want to fuck around with him.
And, like, finally, like, I stood up and, like almost got in his face. I was like, listen, man, like, you're irritating me right now. That's why I'm getting pissed off. Because, I mean, y'all saw me, like, at that night we got in the fight and shit.
Yeah, I seen you.
I seen shit.
Like,
We've seen shit.
that's
buddy.
like when I was getting fucking mad, like, you know what I mean? Because this dude fucking prodded me. I'm just, like, telling him in, like, I told him 5 separate times the same thing. And he just wasn't listening to me. So, yeah, I'm getting fucking pissed off. We just lost this game, too, and you're going to tell me that I cost my team the game and I was looking like I was about to fight somebody. And he's like, well, I'm the commissioner of this league. And I'm like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? I've never seen you before. I thought you were just some fucking dude that just was there watching the game or just someone that worked for the fucking league. You know what I mean? How the fuck am I supposed to know that you're the commissioner of the whole
Probably
thing?
not the thing to say
all
either.
the sports, you know what I mean?
And Ryan and I say this all the time. Never in the history of calm down has telling someone to calm down, calm them down.
For
You're
real.
terrible at that.
Real, man. But no, so we were yelling at him, and then he's getting mad at us because by this point, like, my team's irritated with him too, because it's like, how the fuck are we supposed to know that's who you are?
Oh,
And
so the
number
whole
one-
team heard this guy talking to you?
Yeah, they like came up and were like, hey man, like, your refs suck, like, everything, you know. But anyway, so he just leaves. And there's this dude that usually runs the scoreboard, came up and talked to me afterwards, and he's just like, you know, like, the way he handled it was the absolute wrong way to go about it. But what he wanted to tell you was, it's just like, when we do these leagues, we put on these leagues, we go to these community centers and stuff where there's, like, kids and other people, you know what I mean? So the way you're acting is, like, unacceptable. Like, you can't do that. Be yelling, cussing at people.
They'll have a
Yelling.
hard time getting the
Right, because it'll
venues
be
back.
hard for them
Yeah.
to get the venues back. And I was just like, see, that's all that motherfucker had to do was just come up to me. He didn't have to say shit about the fucking game. He could have taken me aside. He's like, hey, man, like, you can't do that ever again. You know what I
That
mean?
puts the whole league in jeopardy.
Yeah, that you can't. We won't be able to play here maybe now because the way you're acting and shit, and that's what they're going to think we're like, you know? And I'm like, you know what you just said is how he should have fucking come up to me. Not come up to me and been like, you cost your team your game, and you look like you're about to fight people. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, if you don't have soft ass bitches as refs, then you wouldn't have to fight people.
Soft ass,
So-
weak ass.
Let's email him.
It's very stern letters.
Yeah.
So
very
she,
stern
yeah, that's what he
email.
said. He's like, you might get an email from him because he said something about suspension or some shit as he was walking out.
Jesus,
and I was
get
just
off your
like,
high horse.
whatever, man. Like, I'll email him back, apologize for getting irritated, but I'll also tell him, like, you know what? The wrong thing to do is to go up to a player after, like, a hard game and tell them that they cost their team the game, you know what I mean, and expect
Even
them
if they
not,
did,
yeah,
just keep
and
your
not
mouth shut.
expect them to fucking get pissed off at you.
Unless
you
you're
know what I'm
J.R.
saying?
Smith and LeBron tells you that, then you kind of have to take
He
it.
did cost them.
He did kind of cost the game.
That'll get
All
to
he
it.
had to do was just
awesome.
a quick layup, and
We'll
fucking
get to
scored.
it.
They should have called that timeout.
So the rest of the weekend, we met a brilliant man named
Yes.
Uncle Kenny.
Stellar.
He is Bronson's boss,
Yep.
and
Shit.
he was not afraid to tell you how much money he made last week, and that it was on him,
How much
and
did
that
he make?
the weekend was on him. I don't know if we can tell all that, but
I don't want to get too specific about
significant
what
amount of money.
I mean, if he's just
How much was it
walking, like,
before taxes?
But it was a lot of money.
How much do you make before tax?
like 100,000?
Last week, nah.
Too high?
Yeah, it was too high.
Okay, 50,000.
Just about half it, yeah. It was just half it. That's a good ballpark.
That ain't bad.
He's
Yeah.
doing well.
Okay.
He was like, I made this amount of money last week. This is what he told Ryan. I made this amount of money last week. I've got this.
Yeah.
And he did. He was the same way on
And then
Friday,
he-
too.
We went
And then
on
he-
Thursday and made sure the money was going to be clear before the weekend started.
As soon as he got done yelling that, he looked over with one of the girls that was sitting next to us and said, "I've got an 11-inch tongue. If you don't believe me, drop your pants." That was aggressive, but he's confident in what he says.
Very.
Very much so, yeah.
But, shit. So he had the moonshine. I'm sure everyone on Saturday night thought we had a Coke problem because we kept running out to the car to take sips of moonshine.
Oh,
No, for the Coke, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't go to
Moonshine's a parking lot thing.
you don't go to the car.
Well,
Are you?
well, last time I was like, okay. Moving on. But
Allegedly.
Eric had a little fun evening.
Wow, yeah. Which one? Both on Friday and Saturday we were both. Pretty
Yeah, I wasn't there for Friday.
Okay.
Stayed
You have
in,
both
had
your
a long
socks
day.
on right now?
No, I might have woke up missing a sock, and also I didn't have my car keys, so I had to go get those back. Later
They were
on.
in his
but
sock.
But did you have your car?
No, I did not.
Okay.
So, but I
That would be
understand.
really bad.
Yeah, no. If I lost the car, yeah, no. I think the best way of kind of explaining it is when Bronson and I. So Bronson thought he lost his card,
I lost 2 cards this weekend.
which is weird because Kenny was buying everything, so I'm not sure what you were paying for. But so we go to the bar we were at because Bronson was looking for his card, and we're sitting at the bar having lunch, and one of the bouncers from the bar comes walking in with the group of people, and walks up to Bronson and was like, "How you guys feeling today?" And he just looks at me and he goes, "Well, I know you're not feeling good. You were hammered last night." And I was like, "Oh shit!" He goes, "I was like, oh, so you saw it?" He goes, "Oh, I saw you leaving. I know what you did." And I was just like, "Wait, now there's a witness." So yeah, that's kind of how that went down.
So hold on, what happened?
Did you murder somebody?
So then you went home, or you went to a friend's
I went
house.
to a friend's house to hang out,
There you go.
and
He watched you the whole time?
yeah,
He was just following
He
you. I
just
saw
watched-
where you
he
went.
watched me leaving, and he made a comment about it. He just kind of shook his head, and
Oh, so you had someone with you.
yeah, I left with a few friends.
Okay. A few.
Few friends.
A
Few friends.
few.
Yeah, Bronson was there.
Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You left with
get
a
it
few and you
in?
don't want to
Just
talk
roll
about
it
it.
past you. Did
It
you
sounds
get
like
it
one of
in?
Mercer's nights.
No, it wasn't like that.
The bouncer said, "Yeah, I don't know what his name was though."
Yeah, that's yeah. He thought he was a funny guy.
You sure were ticklish.
Yeah. So how'd you lose the sock? Wait, where'd the sock? How? What?
Well, I left at about 4:30 in the morning for I had to
you-
get my
You snuck out, right?
snuck out. Had to. Well, I just
Snuck out of the bar?
Yeah. No,
It wasn't very sneaky.
We're back at the friend's house at this point.
Oh, he snuck out. Okay.
what?
No, he was at a friend's house.
Till
Right.
4:30.
So
That's what I thought.
when I was putting on my shoes, I couldn't find my sock, and I woke up in the next. Well, I got home, so I had to actually walk about a couple blocks and climb a wall.
With 1 foot?
No, well, I had shoes. So I climbed up this wall to get to the parking lot so I could meet my Uber because he couldn't find the apartment complex that I was at. So
It's not a good sign when you have to
climbed
scale
the-
walls to
Dude,
find your
you gotta
Uber.
take me to
It wasn't a
this
big wall.
location.
It wasn't a big
I got to
wall.
see what you went through.
I had to relive it the next day because when I went to go find my keys.
You climbed back over the
Didn't
wall?
find the sock. No, but I looked at the wall that I had climbed because I remember doing it and remember thinking, man, I'm way too drunk to be trying to climb this fucking wall.
Have you ever called an Uber where you had to scale a wall?
No, never.
It already
Did that reflect his rating?
Please jump the wall, run 10 feet. Oh, that's...
I just remember getting a text later that day that shows him one sock on, and he's like, "And I don't have my keys."
Yeah.
And then later another text with a picture of him wearing both socks with his keys in his hand.
Did you get a blister from not wearing a sock?
This only happens to Eric because he gets so drunk. Like, the Uber was probably in the driveway, but he went out the back and then scaled the fence. And he was like a block away, and he's like, hey, where are you?
This is at 4:30. I come back around. I wasn't that bad at that point. He called, and I answered, and I could barely understand anything he was saying. That might have been because I was drunk, or he had a very thick accent.
Well, you guys were not on the same international level.
No.
Yeah.
He was in a different country. You were in a different country.
The driver was like, I speak English, sir.
I was borderline international, Eric.
I like that.
You texted me at 4:18 a.m. that says I'm headed home now with no previous text to you or from you before that.
Because you sent a text message that
Ryan wasn't even worried.
That's pretty standard behavior.
That is very true.
Hey, I answered your phone call at 4:30.
That's true, because I was expecting everyone to be at my house when I got there, at least passed out.
Well,
Ryan said he sent me a text message that said something about somebody was already at my house.
Yeah.
And that I should be careful coming home.
Oh, round 2.
Well, there was ideas thrown around about going to your place and going into the pool at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was.
Yeah.
We
Look
thought
at
about
Bronson
it
real quick. Look, is that kink in your neck? Is that from
Yes.
Saturday night?
Yes. I don't know when it's from, but it started hurting today.
Friday night?
Saturday.
Yeah, so you had a wild Saturday night. We all did. It was a blast.
Your keys were at the friend's house? Is that okay?
Along with the sock.
I guess I couldn't find it.
This always reminded me of the bedpost story, by the way.
You and Jason had very opposite weekends.
One was productive, one was counterproductive.
Well,
Yeah.
I had a very sports-centered weekend.
I think those can
I was
actually
not
meet.
very productive.
Yeah, you went and saw Sporting.
I went to Sporting yesterday and the Royals on Saturday.
Nice.
I had a good little sports field
So you
weekend.
saw Big Slick.
No,
they
Big
there?
Slick was on Friday.
Ah, shoot.
Yeah,
So
they
you
were the
went
night
to the
before.
Royals game on Saturday?
Yeah, the day that they won it. It was Whit Merrifield bobblehead day, and then they also we got to watch the movie The Sandlot on the jumbotron after the game was over.
No way.
So they
Yeah, because when you showed up Saturday, you were pretty out of it.
yeah.
Like you were.
Yeah, so the game was at 1, so we got out there at about 11 to tailgate, and then so this is how you know the Royals aren't doing so hot. We got in there after the first inning and still got a bobblehead
Nice.
because there wasn't enough. Like they didn't give them all away.
You got 2.
Yeah, and then after the game was over, it was Sandlot Day, so you could have bought like a theme ticket. They would have given you a shirt, and it had the lineup card on the back with all the players' names and position that they played. And then they had from the Sandlot.
Oh, cool.
And then one of the kid actors, it was the kid that was in the treehouse that was up there when the vacuums exploded, and he comes out covered in dust. Tommy, I think, is what his name was.
Tommy, yeah.
So he was there and actually watched it with everybody.
Did you do that?
No, we sprung for the cheap tickets.
How many times do you think he's watched that fucking movie?
That's all he's got.
Yeah, that's all he's got.
That's all he's got.
But yeah, so
you have to describe him as, the kid in the treehouse.
Yeah,
The Royals calls me up like, hey, we want you to come.
it was a
We
25th
pay you to watch
anniversary.
your movie on the Jumbotron.
I wonder how much. I wonder if he got like a part of the ticket sales.
He had to have.
Yeah,
You know how many times I watched that?
Nah,
motherfucking
he got
movie?
an appearance fee and a free flight.
That's it. You think so?
I bet he got a couple grand and a free flight.
So we watched
nobody.
the.
I guess.
So we watched the game and then went back to a friend's place for fire pit and pool. And because I had to jump in a pool, I had some stank going. So yeah, I had to take a bath. So I jumped in the pool and we ordered pizza around the fire, and then I met up with you guys at the bar of choice afterwards. And I was already out of it.
3 different days this weekend.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Well, we left one bar that was hopping.
Saturday. I know I was looking for you on Saturday, but I couldn't. They were like, "Oh, she's here," but then I never saw you. I was hanging out with these guys pretty much the entire time.
I was a big fan of that first bar.
Yeah, no, it's a fun place.
Yeah, we're going to go there more often.
Yeah.
Swingers bar.
That makes me a bigger fan. I
Right.
keep saying that, but
I know
makes
that
me
about
a bigger
you.
fan.
I'm not saying it as a bad thing. I'm just letting you know that's what it is.
Why wouldn't I with a GoPro and like document everything?
You know what's cool
I
about
would
this is we've
prefer that
got
not
one
to happen.
literally right in front of you.
Wear it.
I'm
I've
against
told
that.
Eric for 10 years to just wear one on his chest.
I'm so short.
I've got the headset for it,
My boobs won't be able to see anything.
and let's be honest, everybody would just stare at your boobs the whole time.
Contact.
Yeah, there's
I've
a lot
been
of eye
staring-
contact in the video.
I've been staring at him the whole time almost.
Eric needs a GoPro, though.
Yeah.
I like it. I like piecing it back together like a puzzle.
And a GPS. Just so we know where he
It
is.
definitely need G.
It was so funny the way you left the bar too, because like the person was walking by and they're like, "I'm leaving. You coming?" And you're like, "Yep." And we were waiting on everybody to close tab. You go, "Eric, really? You just gonna bail?" And you go, "Nah," and then you just walk out. Seemed like a good idea at the time.
You know what?
I didn't even know you left.
There's reasons why I have rules as far as day drinking and not going out afterwards. It's because of things like this happen.
I think you should do it every time
That
because
rule,
things like this happen.
That rule has never stopped him.
Like full time and then go out.
No, that's what happened. Is we were drinking moonshine at the pool all day.
Well, when you text me to go to the pool, you said it's a back out or blackout kind of day. You told me to Uber to the pool.
That's true.
That's
Yep.
a new slogan.
That's what we heard. We heard that on Friday night, didn't we?
Yeah.
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 So we also we brought this up last week. Our little running challenge.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, I have to run a 10K against Bronson and Mr. Slut. They both have to run a 5K back-to-back, almost relay style. And in the first 3.1 miles, I have to finish a six-pack. I have to shotgun 6 beers.
Shotgun 6 beers.
Bronson just has to do it.
I thought he was drinking.
No, he's
Hey,
not.
from big man to big man, that's hard enough, right? That's hard enough for us to do.
He just has to do it.
I haven't ran 3.1 miles since Nam.
Eric, for every mile that I run in the first 5K, Eric is taking a shot of Rumplemints.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
For every mile? Or the first-
So when Bronson finishes his 5K, if he's finished 4 miles, you have to take 4 Rumplemint shots?
Well, no, it's going to be 6 total.
Yeah, he's just taking 6 shots, but pretty much for every mile that I run.
Oh, I got
For
you.
every
I got
mile
you.
he's in.
Okay. I thought it was where it was at, where he finished the 5K and how many he had collectively ran at that
No,
point.
at my mile marker, he takes a shot too.
Okay.
And then that second 5K,
Well, if anybody
Did you just throw
realized-
open your mouth a little bit?
Well, if anybody knows me very well, they know how I handle Rumple, which is generally blackout.
Are we drinking that
We
on
took
Saturday?
some of that
Oh, yeah.
this weekend.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did. And I think that is when things started getting fuzzy.
That and Red Stag.
so he has to drink. He'll drink 6 shots total, and then the second 5K that I have to run, I will also take a shot of Rumplemints every time after drinking the 6-pack. So the over/under
Throw up
is
so hard.
3 throw-ups. It probably should be
I
3.
put the over-under at 2.
Wait, I want to be the second one to run against.
I'll bet on that.
after the Rumplemints, and then you.
What race is it? Are you guys just going to draw it out?
No, it's ours.
Yeah, it's the
We're starting there. This
Yeah.
is new.
it's the Rumple run.
No. There's the time parameters haven't been put on it yet, but it's happening. What did we say? July 7th? Is that what it
I
is?
think Jason gave us 1 month from
4th of
today.
July weekend.
I think it's July 7th. The weekend after 4th of July.
There.
in the morning, right?
We might
Honestly,
need to
I
push
think-
it back a week because there's gonna be a lot of people
Nope.
gone.
Nope.
It's in
Well,
the
that's
morning, right?
well, okay.
Eric, we're not gonna
First
keep
of all,
pushing it
my
back for you,
sister's
okay?
getting married the day before, so I'm already gonna be. I'm not gonna be.
On Friday?
Yeah, she's getting married. July
Friday
6th.
weddings are stupid.
Absolutely. It's
Weddings are
dumb.
stupid.
Her husband?
4th of July weekend.
He's
at
allowed
no
to say
less.
that.
So there's no way I can do it. I'm going to be hungover after the reception.
Do you want to do it Sunday morning?
I prefer to do it on a Saturday so we can go out and get hammered afterwards because we're already going to have a good buzz going.
You just said
Maybe.
what you want to do.
No, I don't want to be hammered from the night before. I want
Or
to go into
calling it out.
sober.
Then let's just do it the week before that.
I
Then
don't think Mercer's going to want to run a 10K and then go out.
no, I'll do it.
All right.
I'm all in. Because we're running in the morning and then it's
Push it
right
back
into the
one
pool.
more week?
No, we bring it forward. We're not pushing it back
If
again.
we push it back, that's it. There's no more
That's
pushing
what I'm
it
saying.
back.
We'll do it on the 14th.
Fucking 14th.
14th all
Get
in.
this shit over
No
with.
excuses on the 14th.
Jesus
We've all heard it. 14th.
Lauren
But-
just said she can't be
Yeah,
there.
she can't be there
Be
for that.
there?
So you have to push it up. You could be there.
Well, fuck.
It's not that I work that weekend.
Oh, you're drilling?
Get a calendar.
Anybody know it?
So we'll figure it out.
The weekend before is. I don't want to plan that
July
if we end up going
7th
to the
is
lake or
4th
whatever.
of July weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like there are going to be a lot of people out of town.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever.
go before.
We'll figure it out. Might cut this out of the podcast. Who knows? But we also have to talk about something. We didn't have an official funeral. But for those of you wondering, there's not many of you, and that's the reason for this. Mercer on Fire has been canceled. The powers that be, the executives, came down and said, "Listen, your show's canceled. You can't go solo." So that's no more. In case you've been wondering, we just stopped doing it. It was hard to find interviews.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
All right, there's that. And then on.
Don't let your heart.
Jason brought this up. You want to talk a little Roseanne?
Oh man,
Yo, let's talk Roseanne.
asshole.
Well, hang on.
This is the asshole of the week.
Hang on.
Like,
Hang on.
come on.
If you look at that woman, I'm not defending what she said, but if you look at that woman, you don't think, oh, that's a black woman or that's an African American. If you look at Valerie Jarrett,
Roseanne is definitely not black.
no, I'm talking about Valerie Jarrett.
I know. I'm just
Yeah.
shit.
If you look at Valerie Jarrett, you don't see an African American. And if you've heard Joe Rogan's comments recently, he tried to get her on the show, and she was going to be on the show, and he said on the podcast and on Ben Shapiro's show that he goes, I've talked to her. She did not know that she was black. She thought that she was Jewish because she was like, you think in 2018 I have the #1 show? You think in 2018 I'm going to say that about a black woman?
Why would you just say that about?
Because have you seen the
platform at
have
all,
you seen the
though?
picture? The comparison picture? It is
Say it,
striking.
dude.
I couldn't even find.
Just
the tweet.
don't go on
Like,
fucking Twitter.
Oh, it's been
deleted.
deleted.
No, I know. I couldn't find it even anywhere. Like I googled it and tried to find a copy of what she said.
Doesn't mean she's not a fucking asshole still. Like, she said it, ABC canceled it, and now she's cost herself and her co-stars all a lot of money.
yeah.
That's the sad part. Is
You
all the
know,
people that lost.
They didn't do anything.
Have some kind of deal.
John Goodman was set to make $250,000 an episode,
Hell yeah.
And most of
and
them
now
need it.
I mean, John Goodman.
The
I
only one
don't
that
think he
doesn't-
needs it because he's making.
Right.
He's
But the
pretty.
other-
But the other ones,
I don't know if anybody's watched that show, but acting is awful in it.
like,
Is it really?
Yeah, I haven't watched.
I've heard it's
like,
pretty good.
Well, no, it's getting good ratings, but the actual acting. I mean, most of these people that are in it, except for the one that
Nah,
plays
Eric's a fucking thespian.
Darlene or whatever. She was actually on like a show in the morning or something like that.
Yeah.
So she had a thing going on.
oh yeah,
View.
she
So,
was
like
on
all the kids,
Talk.
like none of them
Talk.
have really acted.
Big Bang?
The kid, the redheaded girl, she's on
That's
Shameless.
Jay or
She's on
whatever.
Shameless.
Roseanne did not need
what
the
was he
money.
on?
That's Big Bang.
No, it's not.
No.
The dude with
I don't know.
glasses?
No,
No?
that was Darlene's brother, or not Darlene's boyfriend.
Boyfriend,
yeah.
yeah.
No, he's famous, but he's not really on the show. He was on like once. But yeah, and the acting's not great on it. But they're saying they're gonna do a spinoff, but I don't know if it'll happen, if it'll work.
Yeah, we'll see. But I just thought it was interesting because just from hearing him talk about it, he's like, I talked to her. He goes, I believe her that she did not know. But he said she is mentally ill. He goes, that's my friend. He's like, I'm not defending what she said, but he goes, she is a mentally ill woman.
Is she?
Yeah, I mean that's what he was
I remember
saying.
she had a show, and like I've seen clips of it and shit. She's not right in the head. She's fucking
Oh, she's batshit crazy.
insane.
This is not new
Yeah.
stuff for her. She got in
No.
trouble a while back, like back in her heyday when she tried to sing the national anthem and made a mockery of it.
Yeah, but now the whole world, like social media, just
Right,
kill-
and it was
blows
big
her
back
up.
then though
Yeah.
too. It was on Sports Center. It was like
Right.
all over the place. They talked about it, so it's not uncommon for her to do some outlandish
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
Psychopath, whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Well, Colby, you have a hot grandma story.
Oh yeah, right now. Did you
Yeah.
guys see that? The competition for the hottest grandma out there.
Did
right
you
now?
guys see that?
No,
You didn't? Oh, you should have looked at that, cuz.
I don't even know how she's a grandma.
They both. Well,
47 and 36.
38, I think. Right?
I thought it was 47 and 36.
Yeah, it is
The 47,
Is
the
that
47-year-old is out of fucking
Is that
control.
one of their measurements?
Let's just talk about the fact that she's a grandma at 36.
Yeah, so she got
Whoa.
knocked up real young.
so what's up with her daughter?
Let's do the math here. I mean,
Wait, what?
Leading by example.
I'm just saying the daughter's probably hot too.
The daughter may
no
not
doubt.
even be 18.
That's fair too. We
You're
should
not allowed to say that.
edit point.
right? It's just cool that it's an article. I mean,
Oh, she's Australian.
yeah. That's that's the 47-year-old.
She's really smart.
And her Twitter account,
Oh,
her
she's
Instagram
super
account is
smart.
strawberries and cream.
Right. Someone should follow her. Actually,
Yeah, I'm fitting to.
Oh, and then this other one,
On this story.
the other one
You mean on Twitter,
has
right?
nudie on there.
Yeah, and she. I mean, yeah.
Well, I'm definitely following strawberries and cream one.
I'm a
Like,
big fan. big
I'm
fan.
more of a peaches and cream kind of
I
guy.
figure out why she's covering her nipple in this photo because it's
Good. Well, it's on Instagram.
That's a great.
You can't show pornography.
Lauren's like, shoot.
A little slip. You know.
No titties.
It's just good there's a competition like that.
Honest grandma.
I mean, competition brings the best out of people.
Right. The best part is that I found this on Fox News.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. It's on Fox News. They're fucking priorities.
It's my favorite station now.
So let's.
I listen
Yeah.
to 710 like all
But
day, every day.
for those of you watching, those pictures are up on the screen, and they are phenomenal.
Yeah. Maybe we should. Can we do a vote thing?
Ooh, I like creating a poll.
Yeah, do a
A
poll.
little bro soup time poll.
And we'll just go ahead and squash this and then send it to Fox.
Yeah.
That way they
We'll
know.
be the judge of this.
Yeah, we leave it to us.
Let our audience handle this.
Yeah, but that one girl is super smart. So, let's get into some news. A video game called Active Shooter is scheduled to be released today, June 6th. The game let players choose between portraying a SWAT team member responding to a shooting or portraying an actual shooter whose objective was to hunt and destroy.
Just informing the public.
But it was going to be released on Steam, a gaming store and platform. The game was made by a Russian company called Acid.
That makes sense.
Yep, makes sense.
Complete sense.
It's all coming together.
It's all American schools, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Texas.
Steam has completely removed Acid from the platform completely, like all their games. And Anton, Makarevsky.
That sounds right.
Yeah, nailed it.
Nailed it. The 21-year-old developer says he's surprised by the outrage and is considering giving away the game for free. If he does that, I'll 100% play.
I mean, I'll probably play it.
I mean,
Yeah.
here's
I'm not
the
gonna
thing.
lie.
Here's the thing. We start pulling one game off, and then soon Grand Theft Auto, like all these
Well, and
games.
that's
Exactly, that's exactly what I was about to say. It's like
That's my
Grand Theft
argument.
Auto. That's literally what I do. Like I'll get bored and I'll just start
Right.
shooting people.
No, what you do is you put in the code
You
for
get 5
for all the
stars.
life, for all the guns, for the helicopter. You go find the tallest building, and then you snipe everybody.
Yeah.
My roommate in college did that for literally like 3 hours on Sunday when we were
you
watching football. There'd be football on one TV because we had two side by side, and the other side was him just sniping people. That was a regular occurrence.
Colby's cousin and I lived together for a grip, and that's all we did. We just passed the controller back and forth. As soon as the 5 stars got too much and you died, hand it to the other person,
Yeah.
put in the codes, go up to the top, start sniping fools.
How long you can be with 5 stars? How
Right,
long
so-
you can go
Yeah.
with 5 stars?
Now, that's what I'm saying. If we limit one game, then oh my God, here comes everyone's
Yeah.
going to start
It's
attacking
just
games.
the fucking culture
That's why-
right
And then
now,
games
man.
are the problem. And then they're going to be like, okay, that didn't solve anything. So what's next? What else? We're going to
But-
attack guns.
He says he's not promoting violence. He said the only reason their school levels exist in the game is because the 3D model can be bought cheap. So then you can just plug it in and everything's already made.
So it's not every level's a school.
No, but the other ones are offices.
But I mean,
But he tried to turn it around on, I think, America, maybe, saying we should be focused on more important issues.
I mean, it is an important
Then-
issue
then a
right
video
now in
game.
America, though. Is like
But it's a
active
video game.
shooters. Yeah, it's a video game, but I don't know.
It influences our youth.
I don't know. I think that's a no-go for me. I think that's
You wouldn't play it?
No, I think it shouldn't be released. I don't think anyone should be allowed to play it. Right
But if
now.
it's free.
But you can do but Grand Theft Auto's
I don't
fine.
know.
Just sniping fools.
I've always played Grand Theft Auto.
shooting cops. They're shooting cops in Grand Theft Auto.
I don't know. I just think
This one, you have a choice to at least be the good guys.
Yeah, you can be the good
you
guy.
don't get to be the bad guy.
You don't have to be the bad
well,
guy.
you're like Robin Hood, kind of.
I think there's a lot
Grand
of drugs,
Theft Auto.
guns, and sex.
Do you remember in Grand Theft Auto where you used to be able to you'd fuck a hooker and then you could kill her,
Yeah.
take the money?
Oh, absolutely. I did that every time.
Oh
I
god.
never went broke.
Right.
That was before Bronson found out there was a cheat code for all the money you can buy.
And if they didn't give me all my money back, I'd go find another one and get my money from her.
My money,
I'm
bitch.
getting my fucking money.
Where's my money,
Full
bitch?
refund.
Let's see. So, a gal named Ellie Chariot had a flight from hell. She was on a 5-hour flight from Vegas to Philly. She says her seatmate was watching porn on an iPad on the tray with no headphones, exposed himself, and masturbated the entire way.
Yo,
In his justice, that's a long flight.
if I, oh my god,
Hang on. Let me read her tweets.
And he was going back to Philly. That kind of sucks right there.
Is that a Guinness World Record?
This makes me feel old. Hang on. I have to put my glasses
Well, he's
to
from
read
Philly.
these tweets.
Philly's just
So did
trash.
she not raise hell? Like,
Well,
just let him do?
well, this gets to it. So she just tweeted. She bought Wi-Fi on the plane for the sole purpose of being able to tweet at Southwest. And she said, Southwest Air, we have an issue. I spent this entire flight sitting next to a guy who is on his iPad on the tray watching porn without using headphones or anything. And twice now, his body has started shaking in the thorough of his orgasmic bliss. I'm so disgusted. It's been nearly 5-hour assault on my senses. He doesn't even have a nice eggplant emoji. It's tiny AF. Not a full-on micro or anything, but damn near close. And yes, I've seen it because he hasn't bothered to hide it. Oh my God, he just handed his, and then they used the squirt emoji, filled napkin to the flight attendant to throw away. There's no way your staff working on this flight haven't witnessed this been happening. And then Southwest,
Did they acknowledge?
they immediately commented and told her to alert the flight crew, but she didn't want to do that because she felt it would put her at risk. Because I guess she was sitting in the middle, and he was on the window seat.
It's kind of like that Dave
She was like right next to
I
him.
feel like she was already at risk.
Out
which
and
is-
start jerking off next to me. You're getting a fucking beat down. I'm not gonna fucking call the flight crew or nobody. You're getting
Right?
fucking
And-
a beat down,
because
dude.
he was flexing.
Nothing. I wouldn't think anything would happen on the plane. She said, "Yeah, excuse me, ding ding," and then the person comes over. Said, "Yeah, this guy's jerking off right now."
Well, how about she just gets up, acts like she's going to the bathroom, and then goes and tells
Well, she says the guy in the aisle seat was
Passed out.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm
waking up.
I'm waking that fucker up.
Over him.
Yeah.
I would have raised.
Yeah.
Fucking,
She should have either alerted someone or joined.
I would have raised for real. There you go.
Those are your only two options.
So get this: when she landed,
Raise hell.
the dude looked at her, patted her on the head, and said, "I hope you enjoyed the show."
Oh, yes. Baller status.
Well, at least he's conscientious about making sure that he put on a good show.
And then
Baller status. Did he do it for 5 hours?
5 hours.
Just jerking off.
I mean, you're gonna get sore at some point.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got. There's got to be some. I was
Lotion himself?
gonna say there's got to be some chafage after 5 hours.
That guy must have like Popeye forearms.
When he patted her head, I'm surprised he didn't punch her. Because he was just like, sorry, I'm not used to it.
Oh, he'll fucking touch me. Oh god.
Lauren, what would you do?
Punch him in the dick.
That's what you do.
Teach him.
She was really hot.
You would join. That's what she thinks.
Hey, do you want to go on a flight or something?
Everyone heard it first. You have a 50% chance of getting dick punched or a girl jerking you off.
Wow.
And for her troubles, for her show, she got a dinner voucher. So dinner and a show.
Oh, so that's all she got was a dinner voucher.
A dinner voucher.
What's
That's
up
all
with
they
these
gave her.
airlines?
Well, and I mean, also in Southwest Defense, they can't necessarily prove that it happened. I guess
They could have bought her for that Wi-Fi or helped
they
her.
probably gave her Wi-Fi back.
Give me a fucking
I would assume.
voucher.
But I mean, she could have
But you-
taken.
you-
She could have. All of these phones have freaking cameras on them. She could have just turned it like this and to get
not even-
homeboy jerking
I
it.
Snapchat people in public all the time.
Or not even
I know that
that.
about
It's
you.
hilarious.
Not even that. Like, if somebody's doing that right next to you, and you don't get the fuck up and do something about it. Don't just
real.
sit there.
It's like the Dave Chappelle.
Right.
video,
Like,
the
whoa, whoa,
homeless guy's
whoa,
jerking
whoa.
off on the bus, and he's threatening people to finish
That's
off.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, you sit down. You grab your tits
Yeah.
over there.
that could have been happening on the plane.
Thumb up your butt. Oh no!
Now this next one, I heard about it about 2 weeks ago. Residents of Lake Worth, Florida, received an alarming message from the city. At 1:41 Sunday morning, the city issued a power outage and zombie alert, and also warned of extreme zombie activity.
Did anyone go out shooting?
Well, hang on.
I would have.
Right there.
Let me read the exact
Probably
alert.
probably a crackhead got ahead of the wrong stuff.
So it said power outage and zombie alert for residents of Lake Worth and Terminus.
Terminus was from Walking Dead.
Yep. There are now far less than 7,380 customers involved due to extreme zombie activity. Restoration time uncertain. So if you get this and you're like, yeah, no shit, the power's out. And then you see the next, and you're like, there's fucking zombies?
You're freaking out.
What do you do?
I get my crossbow and go shoot him.
All right, Daryl.
Okay, Daryl.
All right, Daryl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, speaking of
Coming
which,
from someone who just said they'd
Walking
blow
Dead,
someone on a
you see
plane.
A stranger, nonetheless.
That was probably just a bunch of people getting a hold of bath salts.
I think, that was definitely just a
bunch of bath salts. A bunch of guys had bath
Well,
salts.
just preparing.
Well, they made reports and said like they don't know if they were hacked
They
or something.
think they might have been hacked. If they
yeah.
weren't hacked, what if that was like an actual alert that was out there that accidentally got like triggered? Like we're prepared for it.
I've heard that's the best. I've been told that some places use that because that's like the best. That's the worst case scenario. So if you're prepared for that, you're almost prepared for anything. Mm-hmm. I don't know how true that is. Just some guy at work told me that today.
Okay,
so yeah.
You guys do drug tests or?
So let's move on. Roberto Esquivel Cabrera, 54, claims to have a 19-inch penis. I'm calling fraud. I'm calling shenanigans. His actual, God damn it. His
moonshine for her.
His actual penis gland is only around 7 inches. The rest is foreskin that hangs past his knee.
That's disgusting.
Imagine how cheesy that thing is.
But it's 10 inches around.
What do you mean cheesy? Like cottage cheese? What are you saying?
But it's 10 inches around.
Is he like proud
Yeah.
of it? Does he like whip it out? Like,
Have you not seen the picture?
Oh, here.
He's got in like a bunch of fucking slinkies.
Yeah. So he hopes to get in the Guinness Book of World Records, but they have no penis category. It's 10 inches around, and he's weighed it before. There's a video. There's a video on that article
Him weighing it?
of him weighing it and setting it on there.
Does it have a record weight?
Well, there's no category for largest penis.
So he's looking for challengers.
Yeah. He can't.
Dude, I'm totally not going to do that.
So he can't work. He wants the government to declare him disabled so he can receive assistance. He has no friends. People shun him everywhere he goes, and women won't have sex with him. Obviously.
Well, at least he made it global now.
But he's like proud as fuck. Huh?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they said
Well, she's got to go digging through the foreskin.
but they said he can get erect, like the full length too. So I don't know. How does your foreskin get hard?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Lauren,
then it's like a tunnel.
Lauren wants to buy him a plane
the way
ticket.
he's standing. Oh my God. He's so proud.
Buy him a plane ticket,
No.
but it said penetration's not possible. And he's refused multiple procedures to reduce the size of his penis, but says he's happy with it. He hopes to move back to the U.S., where he says people are more liberal, and he wants to find a woman that can deal with this size and become a porn star. One problem.
There's no women that can deal with that.
One problem. Well, there's some sluts out there.
What's the problem?
He was deported in 2011 for multiple counts of indecent exposure. Shocker.
It probably just fell out.
Right. Sir, your penis is dragging behind you.
The slinky's unraveled.
But yeah, why wouldn't, for sure, okay, this goes back. By the way, I like that we've shifted from a lot of penis or a lot of shit stories to now penis stories. Because we've had several over the last month. We've had a lot of giant dick stories.
This one came from a listener, though.
We're going.
Yeah, this is actually a listener sent-in story.
Hell yeah.
We're going the right direction.
Yep, obviously that's what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Is this what you people want?
Giant dicks or dicks being replaced. Really into science, found out. Big science crowd. But so for sure, just like the dude that had the 3-foot dick and the 11-pound balls, for sure that guy
weighs them.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure that guy sends he's like a sideshow attraction, right? Like, hey, do you want to see my dick?
Why wouldn't you
I'd capitalize on
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Capitalize on that shit.
Or why
I
wouldn't you
would.
move to Tijuana and now you're the donkey? You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, some of those women just get pounded by donkeys. Why not a man dick?
Learn a trick and just make it your driver and go
Would
golfing.
you go watch that?
Well, don't make me answer that now.
Would you watch? No, I'm talking about the donkey fucking in Tijuana. Would you go watch?
Would you watch
that
donkey
happen?
shows? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Again?
No, I think Eric's done this. Actually.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's a hard. That's I don't know, man.
I would not watch that.
He
You know
hesitated.
what? I say no right now.
Exactly.
But get us as drunk as we were on Saturday.
Oh, vacation, Eric? He would watch.
Oh yeah,
And we're
just
all
be
going
wasted
there.
Regardless.
And we're all going
Fuck
there.
y'all.
If we're in
Vacation-
Tijuana, we're going to be that fucked up. So we'd all 100% see it on.
Vacation Eric would bust out all the pesos and probably pay for it.
Right. I would not only watch, I'd be sprinkling ones.
Lauren, would you go? Would you go see a donkey show in Tijuana?
If you were hammered.
Oh, well, yeah.
You get to ride with all of us on the plane.
Hell yeah.
Chartering a private jet.
I like the way she said that. It makes me happy.
Lauren gets middle seat.
Dude.
I didn't realize you can ski that high in the air.
So we
There she is.
talked about this earlier. We all watched. I don't know if Colby, you saw this video. So
I'm listening.
This kid was at this park. He's keying cars, right?
12-year-old kid.
This little 12-year-old kid, and gets caught by this guy. Tells him to stop doing it, whatever the fuck he did. And this kid decides to buck up on this grown man.
Gets in his face.
Time out, who's filming? Just a bystander?
I think
Yeah.
it's his buddy.
Okay.
And
there was a person that told on him, I think.
it's somebody, yeah. And so this kid, 12-year-old kid, gets in this grown man's face, not letting him like walk like
Grown,
chest to
wait.
chest
They
with
were
him.
close to the same
You know, the dude's telling the little kid like back off, like get away from me, like quit touching me and shit. And the kid like pokes him on the chest real quick, and then finally it comes to the point where the kid swings at him, and throws like 4 punches, like weak ass punches.
Mostly to the body, but then he goes up to the head.
Hits him in the stomach
And
maybe a
homeboy
couple
just-
times, and then takes a hook to the fucking jaw. And so the dude just grabs him by the neck, throws him to the ground, and then the kid just starts wailing.
Oh,
Just
immediately.
crying. Immediately just starts
Immediately.
wailing.
Blood-curdling scream.
God, it's terrible. And he's like, child abuse, like, what the fuck? And he starts yelling at this lady.
Yeah, this
watching
lady
the whole
comes
thing.
up and be like, hey, first of all, you deserve every bit of that. And he calls her a whore.
Yeah.
Like, this little kid had giant balls, though.
Oh, yeah.
Just keying people's cars in the parking lot. Like, that's... Dude,
So the question is it okay for that man
Absolutely.
to have thrown that kid to
Absolutely.
the ground?
I
That's
say
what
so.
I think, too.
100%.
That's what
I
I'm
think
like,
you should have kicked
dude.
him too while he's done.
And peed on him. What?
Give him
I
a-
mean, hey,
It's like, I
Yeah, I wasn't thinking.
was gonna say,
on that.
I was gonna say spit on him, but
I was thinking like key his leg.
just start cutting him.
Yeah, just cut him. Key the shit out of him.
how do you like
it,
it?
Okay, that's where we
motherfucker?
draw the line.
So yeah, that's what they were talking about that on
Absolutely.
Church of Laszlo. I was like, dude, yeah.
He was calling her a whore. Like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
Here's the only bad part: is if that friend or whoever was filming didn't like release the video.
Right.
Well, we all seen it, so
he'd
it's
been in
released.
trouble.
No, absolutely. I'm saying if that didn't happen.
I don't think it was the kid's friend. It was an
It was
older.
the
It was an
guy.
older guy.
I think it was a guy.
Yeah, but no, but I think what Colby's saying is that if that wasn't videotaped, then that kid came out and complained about it.
Oh,
that the
yeah.
other guy would
Yeah,
get in
that guy
trouble.
would have been.
But I
screwed.
feel like
So that's where
there's
you're stuck in a bad
witnesses there.
situation.
There's
Yeah, there's
witnesses. They
witnesses.
were all like, yeah, you know, with that guy. You know what I mean? That threw him to the ground.
Did he just throw him?
He just like grabbed him, like
grabbed
kind
him
of
and
like right
shoved him.
here.
I would have just punched him in the nose really
He
hard.
might have hit his face, like, on the wall.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I think you can punch
Collateral
him.
damage.
Oh yeah, that's the question. Is like, can you hit that kid at that point? I'm like, okay, if a little kid is bucking up to me and thinking he can fucking
I'm hitting
throw a
that
punch
kid.
at me,
Right.
he's getting hit.
We've
back.
seen you with basketball players.
I mean, I'm
He's
gonna take you down if you
he's
start
getting
hitting.
fucking hit
'Cause I-
back. So that shit was funny as hell.
You know the story, but you just threw him down.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't deck him. He just choke slammed him a little bit.
Just shoved him, and the kid fell, and he just started crying. It was too funny.
Oh, yeah. When he starts bawling, it's fucking hilarious. All right.
Anyway,
Let's move on to some sports. I have right here at the top. Royals suck.
I mean, they're not doing too bad lately.
They're second to
Since
last.
they started
so-
5-20, they're 500, which is
Are they?
a hell of a lot better than what anybody thought they would
Okay,
do.
so I was wrong.
No,
The Royals are mediocre.
They're still.
They suck. This draft's going to be.
They're still
really
at the
important
towards the bottom of a shitty division, and they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I just need
They're
to
out
trade
in
everybody.
for them.
yeah.
So how important is the draft going to be, guys?
Well, they've got a lot of picks.
Is it today? Right?
It's right now happening right now.
Oh shit!
Five picks.
You mean
in
it
the-
happened on Monday?
Yeah, it happened on Monday. 5 picks in the first 58.
Third round.
They've got enough. They've got enough money, like bonus money, right now, and picks that this could be one hell of a draft for the future. Like if they hit in this draft, they could be playoff ready probably again in the next 4 or 5 years.
Just no more Bubba.
Bubba's not doing so hot. Bubba was a bust. No more Bubbas. But what they were thinking is so they passed up on a guy in their backyard in Albert Pujols, and look what happened to him. So they I don't want to do it again with Bubba Starling. So that was the reason why they drafted him, and he was a top prospect coming out of high school. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this draft. This draft is probably one of the most important ones they've had in a few years. So
He's got some pretty good barbecue sauce. One local
We'll talk about the draft like next week. You know, when it's
Break
all
it down.
final.
Do a draft recap. Ooh.
Yeah, because it's round 3 right now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and typically what they draft is athletic guys. Like previously with Allard Baird, they would draft, whatever was available, and they'd stay away from Scott Boras clients because they didn't want to pay him. But now with the State and Moore regime, they draft athletic guys that can pretty much play any position.
Voice crack.
Yeah, a little bit.
And the rules, the rules in drafting are different now. We have more money because we have more picks than most people. So what kind of helps us is most players are slotted, so you know what they're going to get paid. But you can pay a little more to pay less later. And the nice thing is that we have extra money. Is high school players are kind of one of those things where you got to kind of throw some cash at them because they have someplace else to go. They can go play college ball instead and re-enter the draft at some other time. So having that extra money can help you if you're
because they can enter the draft, don't like where they get picked,
and then end up going to college and playing for 3 years instead, and then get redrafted.
Now, when they go to college, they have to stay for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
So those guys can. I'm not sure if you can do that if you come out of college and do it. Like if you're a junior and you come out before you're senior, I don't think you can go back at that point. I think just high school players can.
I think it depended on if you hire an agent or not. It's kind of the same thing with like basketball and football.
Yeah, baseball ones don't need it, but yeah. So it'll be interesting to see where they go. See if they go high school heavy or if they go in the college ranks.
I could see him drafting. Again, we can talk about this next week, but I can see him drafting a lot of pitchers because pitching is the currency of baseball. If you get good pitching, you can pretty much stock up any other position.
And that's how we got Cueto and Zobrist. We traded about 5 pitchers away to get those two. So
that's how we got Escobar, Kane when we traded away Greinke. So
what about NBA? Before we bust into the NBA Finals, I have to point out something. You guys, I sent this all to you. Do you guys see what LeBron James' outfit cost?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
dude.
46.
The man's
$46,960. I love LeBron. I'm a big
like-
LeBron fan
It's
now.
47,000.
That's like $45 for him. That's
But-
like going
but
out
listen.
and spending $45.
His suit, tie, and handkerchief, $2,500. Oxford shirt, $330. Backstrap shorts, $940. Socks, $90. Wingtip boots, $1,300. Alligator bag, $41,000.
Doesn't even
$525 pair of sunglasses. His Beats headphones are $200. A grand total of $46,964.95.
But look at his watch.
He's got a watch and a.
Oh yeah,
They don't even talk about that.
The bracelet
That
on
thing's
the
probably
right hand.
5 or 10,000.
yeah.
Let's rob him.
Yeah.
So yeah, a ton of money.
Basically, just
And
pick him
what
up
really
and put him in a car
disappointed,
and sell him.
what really disappointed me was the guy that I look up to or look forward to, or I look to him.
out with it.
Yep, I look to him. I look to him for fashion for fashion info.
Yeah.
Actually, liked that outfit, and I was
No.
like, "Oh, I'm disappointed
He
now."
looks like,
He looks like a fucking idiot.
what's his name from ACDC? But
Oh, Angus Young.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, what about the NBA Finals? Fucking Curry went off on Sunday. Was it Sunday that he did
Did you hear what
that?
happened with that? Like there was a little altercation with him and Perkins on the bench for the Cavs.
Oh, I didn't hear this.
So I guess he
Perkins
came.
tripped him.
Yeah, or like basically refused to move. So we're to the point where they like basically banged knees, and so they got into it. And Curry was kind of nonchalant about it, like he was like no comment, but like the Warriors were pissed, and Draymond Green came out and said, he goes, "Well, yeah, after that he went off, didn't he?" So don't piss Curry off is basically what I'm saying.
I saw some of those, man. He was just juking and jiving, stepping back, draining.
When he gets hot, dude. look
As
out.
soon
It's
as they
fucking
inbound the
crazy.
ball from the baseline, Curry's in range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can shoot it from anywhere.
Do you think Curry is the greatest spot shooter
Yeah.
to ever play?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, he's still got a long way to go, obviously.
Did you
but
see that shot on Kevin Love from like fucking 5 feet behind the fucking arc? 1 second left on the shot clock. Like he just jacked it up,
It's crazy, yeah.
He is good.
sunk it like it was nothing. And it's like you look at him, and Kevin Love's just like,
What do you do?
he's playing him hard. You know what I mean? He's
There's
playing
not much
great
you can
defense,
do.
and he's just like, "What do you want from me?" LeBron's like pissed. He's like, "What the fuck you want from me, dude?"
dude, I think I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up in a sweep. I really do think it'll
it's
be a
gonna
sweep.
be, I think,
Or it'll go
they're
5
going
at the
they're
most.
going to Cleveland, so I think they'll steal one in Cleveland because
LeBron's good
home
for
court
one.
advantage is huge in basketball.
Well, they won five last year.
But Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think LeBron will steal one.
I'm so done with the Warriors Cavs saga. Like, what is this? 4 years in a row now? Like,
Well, it'll probably be 4 years of Boston versus the Warriors after this.
Yeah.
Did you see the video I posted? I tagged you in it. They did the
Family Matters. Is that what you're talking about?
was it Family Matters or was it?
I think it is Family Matters.
Yeah, it was Family Matters. Yeah.
Yep.
And this said season 4. And
Yeah.
they just showed all the players, but it's to the Family Matters music. It was
Yep.
pretty cool. Looked
So
like an opening to a
sick
show.
of it, man. That's why I like NHL playoffs, and I guess now kind of in baseball the teams have started to change. Mm-hmm. But at least I guess the Penguins have been in the Stanley Cup for like 4, but they've played a different team every year for the most part. Whereas
I think the NBA
I'm so
needs to-
sick of fucking Golden State and LeBron. You know what I mean?
The
I am
NBA
too.
definitely needs to make some changes because it is.
And especially with the refs, dude. That call on that charge on LeBron.
And they even reviewed it.
Yeah,
They reviewed it and then they changed it, didn't they?
but they're not supposed to review it when it's outside of the restricted
Yeah,
area,
restricted
right?
area. That's what they were supposed to be looking at.
Yeah.
Since they thought he was in there, but I don't know, it was. Yeah, that seems a little.
NBA, they have some fucking overhauling to do when it comes to reffing, because traveling is the worst. I mean, we've talked about that shit before. Fucking, they got some overhauling to do because I think people are starting to get turned off
Right.
from the NBA.
I prefer watching college basketball over NBA
Oh
anyways.
hell
Absolutely.
yeah! Oh hell yeah! Hell yeah!
And what we got for NHL right now, as we record this, it actually is Monday. Game 7's game
3, 4.
3, 4,
Game 4.
Game 4
It's game 4.
is tonight.
We did so good with tricking everyone that today was Wednesday.
Yeah,
The whole show, and then you just come out at the end, you're like, bombshell, by the way.
well, I have to.
dude.
Couldn't.
Capitals are fucking on fire right now, man.
My Vegas Knights,
They might upset.
they'll make a comeback here.
What do you think it is like? Because with the Knights, it's a lot of veterans playing together for the first time.
Yeah.
And do you think that's just the one advantage they have is that the Capitals, they've been together for a
Lot
while.
more chemistry.
They're a lot more. Yeah, they have a lot more chemistry.
Absolutely. Chemistry plays a
Or are
big
they
role.
just that much better of a team?
I don't know. By the end of a full
I
season,
think
Yeah,
that-
you built chemistry.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's not, maybe at the beginning of the year.
But there's a difference between 1 year and
And
these guys have been playing
dude,
together for a while.
These
Not as much with hockey.
capital team.
Oh well, okay.
well, I mean, football is more
Big
so.
hockey guys.
Well, I mean, football is more so because offensive linemen have to get used to playing next to each other and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm not.
But hockey, you have to know where you're at, where you're going to be,
Yeah.
where
Can
that
you
person's
name a
going to be.
position
There's a
besides
lot of
goalie in
chemistry that
hockey?
goes
Oh,
into
the
it.
amount of
Can you even skate, bro?
No,
the
a little bit.
reaction time for hockey players is ridiculous
Mid-icer.
because like a player might be there 1 second, that pass might be open, and then a split second it's
those
gone.
lanes that they
You know
pass
what I
through
mean?
are
So it's
ridiculous.
like
Yeah.
it's crazy watching it, but with the Capitals, they're playing like their life depends on it because they've made it to the playoffs with the best record for like the past 4 years. Well, not with the best record, but top team in the league, right? And then come up short in the second round. They've lost.
But it's
Now
been a pretty-
finally they've made it. And for Ovechkin, like this is going to solidify his career because he's been one of the best players since he's entered the league and hasn't made it to the Stanley Cup. Now he's here, and if he loses it, that's going to tarnish his fucking legend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have all the games? I only caught a little bit of game 1, and they were just back and forth.
No.
They scored. There were 10 goals.
Yeah, it was high scoring.
Yeah, the past two haven't been.
They haven't been
Like
like
been
that.
as high scoring, but it's been pretty much back and forth. It's been
Damn
close.
goal.
So the Capitals just figure out the Knights, and the Knights haven't answered.
I wouldn't say that. Both goalies have been on point for the most part. It's just capitalizing on chances. Like a lot of the goals have come from like getting the goalie out of position. You know what I mean? And players.
That's why I feel like it's
Well,
that's why it's
at the
chemistry.
place at the
in-
right time.
In game 2, it was probably one of the greatest saves I've seen in a long ass time.
God.
But
That
to save the
Holtby.
game, because the Knights were down 1, came down with probably a minute left.
Yeah.
Wide open net, and I don't remember who it was that
save,
shot
Holtby,
it, but
or no, it was Carlson. I think shot it, and Holtby desperation saves, catches it with his stick, and then it just happens
If
to
it-
fall underneath. His
if he would have got it in the
blocker.
air at all, it would have been a goal. But he hit it right off the ice.
Yeah, it was this.
I didn't see
save was
that.
dirty. It was impressive. It was on
Game
Sports Center. I think
saving.
it was number
It was
one.
number one.
Ask
Yeah,
me
it
how many
was
times I've watched.
number one. But no, it's a good series so far.
Well, we end with sports, so let's keep it that way along with our FMK. And I looked up one of them, while some of you were talking, and now I'm confused. So we have
Confused how?
fuck. You have to fuck, marry, kill. Because I was all set, but then I saw a picture of one of them, and I was like, well, now I'm FMK, fuck, marry, kill. You have Alex Morgan, soccer player, race car driver Danica Patrick, and tennis fucking all-star
Legends.
Serena Williams. Serena the Legend Williams.
She might change her name to that. That's
pretty good.
Yeah, so I got mine.
I got mine.
Go.
I killed Danica Patrick. I can't stand her.
Dare you? I'm in love with
I can't stand her. I'm gonna fuck Williams. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Big old booty.
Jason.
And marry Alex Morgan. And then marry Alex Morgan.
Okay.
And hopefully Williams doesn't laugh at me.
She 100% will. Go ahead, Bronson.
I probably will. I'll fuck Danica Patrick. She's a hottie.
I love
that.
Danica Patrick.
And I'm all about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, she's with Aaron Rodgers right now.
Yeah.
Olivia Munn was last.
She's just a
week,
bitch.
week before that.
You're all about his exes.
And,
I just like doing cleanup.
I'm probably gonna marry Williams just because I'm scared to tell her I don't want to marry her. And I will kill Alex Morgan.
Oh, wow. What about you, Eric?
I think I'm kind of. Well, I would marry Alex Morgan, and I think I would fuck Danica Patrick, but it's close. Like that's Serena. That would be fun. But yeah, I would kill Serena.
It's only one time.
Those muscles scare me though.
Does that sound like it?
What about you, Jason?
I'm going to fuck Alex Morgan, marry Serena, and kill Danica Patrick.
Oh, how dare you.
I killed Ryan.
I'm probably going to. I'm confused on the marry and the fuck one. That one could be a toss up for me, but I'm probably going to marry Alex Morgan, fuck Danica Patrick, and kill Serena.
Oh, so he was killing Serena from jump.
She scares me, man.
What about
That's why I
you?
have to marry her.
What about you, Lauren?
I'd probably kill Serena, fuck Alex Morgan, and marry Danica Patrick.
See, I was-
Is she the only one that married?
See,
Danica?
that's
I was on
hang
the
on.
verge of marrying Danica as well.
Lauren and I are 100% in line. I'm in love with Danica Patrick. She's been on Joe Rogan's podcast and Bill Burr's podcast lately, and I fell in love. Fell in love. And
So,
have you
yeah.
seen her on Instagram?
She's a has-been.
Maybe she has changed her attitude, but I know back in the day she used to be a huge bitch.
Well, she
And,
had
like,
to be. She was the only
Johnny
chick.
Dare had her on his radio show and said she was just so fucking rude the whole time. Like one of a few people that he's like, I'll never talk to again. The whole time she's just fucking rude.
But no, I'm a big Danica Patrick fan. And then once I saw Alex Morgan, I was like, oh, because I was
smoking.
Danica Patrick, fuck Serena, kill Alex.
Yeah, you're like, who is Alex?
But then so then I had to look up Alex Morgan. I was like, oh, that's gonna have to.
Very pretty. And she's gonna be here soon.
Oh well,
They got an
Alex Morgan better watch out.
They got an international tournament going on here soon.
We appreciate you guys fucking with us this week. Be sure to share the show on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Tell all your friends we love you. We are out.